Start your website with GoDaddy.com and use code NEWS295 for oneneww.com. Some limitations apply. See website.
Welcome to The Know, everybody. I'm Joey Aranda. Now, while some of us make bets with our friends during a marathon game of Call of Duty or wager against who would win between Batman and Superman, the truth is our bets are silly, laughable even, a way to trash talk to one another. However, that's not the case for Steven Spielberg and George Lucas. In the 1970s, both were busy working on becoming the household names they are today, but had already achieved some success. Lucas's American Graffiti was a hit in 1973, and 2 years later, Spielberg scored big with Jaws. Fast forward to 1977, and both were ready to release their next set of major motion pictures, Star Wars Episode 4 and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Now, it seems neither of them thought their respective films were going to be a big hit, let alone gain a huge following as we now know them to have today, but as encouraging friends do, Spielberg remembers Lucas saying, "Oh my god, your movie is going to be so much more successful than Star Wars. This is going to be the biggest hit of all time." Of course, he was talking about Close Encounters. And then came the bet. Lucas and Spielberg bet that whoever's film did better, the other would get 2.5% of the movie's earnings. And boy, did it pay off for Spielberg. I mean, in fact, it's still paying off. That year, Star Wars became the highest grossing film of 1977, while Close Encounters of the Third Kind came in at number 3, right behind Burt Reynolds and his mustache in Smokey and the Bandit. Now, decades later in a 2005 interview, Lucas said, "None of the films I've done were designed for a mass audience except for Indiana Jones. Nobody in their right mind thought American Graffiti or Star Wars would work." Now, fortunately for him, he was wrong once again, and the same year he said that, Revenge of the Sith became the biggest selling movie of 2005 and is currently the 37th highest grossing movie of all time. Meanwhile, Star Wars Episode 4 sits at number 49 and is one of only 2 movies in the top 50 highest grossing movies of all time that came out before 1993. The other one is, surprise, surprise, Steven Spielberg's 1982 E.T., which is sitting pretty at number 45. And in case you're wondering just how much Spielberg has won off that bet almost 4 decades ago, it's just $40 million. No biggie. But while Spielberg may have won the bet, he says Lucas is really the one winning, saying Close Encounters was a meager success story, but Star Wars was a phenomenon. True story. Now that's the news for now, but for more gaming and entertainment news, keep checking us out so you can stay in the know.